All right, let's talk about penalty kill. And as someone who has played a lot of penalty kill in his National Hockey League career, do you get to a point when you're in a stretch like the Devils are now, they've been perfect over the last 5 games, where the penalty kill begins and you're just thinking, no way, they're not going to get it?
Yes.
Let's look at some of their work today.
You definitely get cocky, Kanji, and I know one season we finished top in the league, and like I said, everything goes right. The chemistry right now with the 4 guys on the ice in the 2 units they have is superb. They're reading each other, they fall in, and the Devils have done a great job of keeping teams outside the dots. I keep talking about that. So when they do get a shot, they're low percentages. Look, we'll give you this one time you're going to see from the point up high here. Look, the low risk, I'd rather have that than a slot shot. So that's the one thing the Devils have done a really good job, Kanji, is keeping the shots outside of the slot area. And then the power play of other teams, it starts to play mind games with you. Like, geez, are we going to get a goal? Are we going to get a chance? We have to be perfect. And then and then the goaltending, right? I had something before in the pregame, Kanji, where I was saying the Devils have had a strong power play without the goaltending necessarily being their best penalty killer. But with Mackenzie Blackwood in, he's actually been making some pretty good saves over the last few times when he's been in. He's got a save percentage on the penalty kill in the 900s, which the other Devils goalies don't have that. So if they also now start getting some goaltending like that in the 900s, it's going to be very tough to score on the Devils' penalty kill.
John Hines has given a lot of credit in this situation to his assistant coach, Elaine Nasruddin. He says his scouting on the opposing team's power play has been spot on, really, from the start this year. Only Arizona has a more effective penalty kill than the Devils. It starts with those 4, Zajac, Coleman, Green, and Lovejoy, but extends beyond that now as well. You've got another 4 forwards at minimum who are now part of this.
Yes, you see Boyle get in there, you see Zaka, and everyone wants to be on the penalty kill now. When things are going right, when it's a bright spot, it's one of those things that you just thrive, and it generates energy. The Nico Hischier goal came after a big kill. And then, and you're laughing, but it's just contagious, Kanji. And, we see the sequence here. It was in the 3rd period. They're crucial moments, and I touch on that as well. And unfortunately, when your power play is not going as it is for the Devils, it's 0 for 15 we talked about in the last 4 or 5 games. You need your penalty kill to be a difference maker, and they're getting offensive chances off the penalty kill, and that's one area we hope to see they start having some success on, is the power play.
Let's get your thought on the number 1 star of the game today. That was Nico Hischier. He collects his 13th goal of the season. Since the Christmas break, he's really seen the offensive side of his game come alive. For Nico, it's now 4 goals in the last 9. As we watch his work here, Bryce, I'll ask you what I asked Kenny during the game. What are we looking at with Nico eventually? A 60-point guy, a 70-point guy, something else?
Yes, he's definitely a 60-point guy for me. He might have a couple seasons, high 70s, maybe get to the 80s, but what's impressive is he's continuing to produce without Taylor Hall. And I think that's really important for a young kid like Nico to still be generating chances, pushing driving the offense and plays. He's having to shoot the puck. He's having to say, I'm going to take charge here. And I think as much as you don't want to have Taylor Hall out of the lineup, it's actually not a bad stretch for Nico to figure things out without Taylor Hall, because one thing Taylor Hall has done for Nico is create a lot of space on that ice. With his speed, Taylor Hall, he drives, he pushes the D back. That creates more time for Nico, who carries the puck a lot up through the middle of the ice. But without that, the little slower wingers, he's having to be more creative. He's having to be, smarter with the puck, putting in areas, and then creating his own chances. So it's bittersweet to have Taylor Hall out, but I like what I'm seeing from Nico.